Welcome to an amazing episode of the Growth Code podcast. Bro, I said I hate introductions. Why don't you just fucking stop me? I give the introductions. I hate that, dog. I feel we should just like have a conversation.
Oh, just talking.
Yeah, man.
Let's do that. That thing Yabadu, man. Funny enough.
Madume.
Funny, dude, I didn't know this. Like, there's a podcast I started listening to. I didn't know that Sesotho wasn't actually like a thing.
What?
Sesotho wasn't actually like a thing. So what happened is when those people came here, and then there was a fight. When there was a fight, the people ran to the higher provinces, which, okay, then it wasn't provinces. But what is called Basotho now is from the same tribe, but they just separated. Others said we are going there, and then somehow the language changed.
Okay.
That's how Sesotho came, and that's how other languages came, like the Zulus and the Xhosas. And I was like, this is just weird.
So they're saying that all these other languages come from like the Basotho clan, kind of?
No, it comes from a separation.
Okay.
Setswana was a language on its own, but it birthed Sotho. Zulu was a language on its own. It birthed Xhosa. You understand?
Yeah. Okay.
What was that?
So you're saying Setswana actually birthed Sotho? That's what they're saying on that podcast?
Yes.
But these people have like such information. Is it like credible information? Yeah, is it well researched? Because no, like if you actually look on the internet, like everyone knows
so much.
Everything about something. Yeah, like everyone is an expert. I think that's another thing.
But I think you must sometimes use common sense.
Yeah.
How many times did we go to Joburg and just speak this relentless language? Didn't know if you're talking Xhosa or Zulu, but somebody understood you. But it's fine, you understand? It's the same thing as Sotho Lesotho.
The fuck, are you saying that we can understand a vendor person, Nuji?
But what is vendor derived from?
I don't know.
From a Nguni language, which is spoken in Swaziland, which they're not part of our country, so we can't. Yeah.
So what? Okay,
that's from my point of view.
Okay, it's not supposed to be from your point of view. It's supposed to be from.
I'm just saying, dog.
Good research.
Good research.
Yeah.
No.
So what's your source? Where did you like actually get them?
No, like I heard, like the podcast, the guy was talking about those things.
What's the name of the podcast?
The Journey something. No, I forgot.
Okay.
Yeah, but
so is it like mostly focused on like tradition, African history, and all that?
There was an episode I was listening to. You were speaking about surnames.
Okay.
How white people came with surnames. Yeah.
Is it not kind of? There's a podcast in it like Zamana. What's the podcast? In what way, man? Yeah.
No, it's called The Journey Kunchwe or something like that. I get it.
So when are you into like such stuff? Now, like I don't give a shit, dog. Like people like, yeah, man, these people come. I'm like, I don't give a shit. I just want to know in terms of what. I was actually watching, and I think it's an interview. I think these people on YouTube, like. The interviews are Kanye West, and then Kimolo against the Matrix and all that.
Son of Donda.
The son of Donda, man.
Yeah.
So Kanye West says that, what legacy do you want to actually leave behind? And then he's like, no, actually, I want to. Like, how do you want to be remembered? Like, would you love to leave a legacy? And then Diamond is like, no, I actually want to be forgotten. Like, what the fuck? Why would you do all the work and you want
all that work? Yeah.
And then do you remember the guy because the question who actually came up with the idea, the stop sign and whatnot. This thing still they change even now. No one actually remembers them. So but they are more important and more relevant. No one actually remembers. So greatness is there, doing so much that your deeds even exceed or live beyond even your name. This thing is actually, it's bigger than you. That means that which could be a slave name, so that means nothing. Like what you actually did.
Do you know that reminds me of a saying? Do you know that there's a saying about good men? Good men plant trees that the shade that they will never sit under. You understand? It's one of those things. Like, probably came from a good family, and stop sign is getting credit money from somewhere.
I doubt. I doubt. So, what later it is what? Okay, before you actually get into this, just why are we late? Why are we late?
Esh, bruh. Hey. Like I'm trying to organize this money, my friend.
Yeah.
But in actual fact, okay, we're just trying to make things happen. But some things take time. Public transport is still cack, by the way.
Dog, we need to buy cars. Guys, please subscribe. I mean, we need to start being monetized, and then maybe we'll buy cars.
Dog.
Even if we just buy like a parking get code wherever
dog, like a young Uno. A young Gento in the building,
Yes, and it costs nothing. You just have to just click subscribe.
Dude, you know what waiting in a taxi reminded me of? Like life doesn't change.
Yeah.
Like life stays the same. The people, you living life, you change. You understand? It's such a weird thing that a taxi rank is still a taxi rank. You wait there in a taxi till a taxi gets full. Whether there's Ubers or whatnot, your form of money also in life takes you where you need to go. So if you don't have money, you wait in a taxi.
Like you don't have a choice, kind of thing.
You don't have a choice, bro. I feel like it's the same in every aspect, whether it's housing, a shelter over your head, a job, You're stuck in this job that you don't want, but dog, it feeds you, man. You know what I'm saying? The money might not be a lot so that you can afford a car, you can afford other things you want, but it covers your needs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, life be that way sometimes.
Yeah.
Be like a mini skirt, dog. Covers the important stuff and be out. I'm telling you, my friend.
Yeah, I think as much as Nujan and Batoma Karing, I think that's the thing with inequality in terms of like income inequality, right? Tori, one might say that Tori, one of the soundtrack, power. I think it's very powerful. I would get the lyrics. I think this is a very rich town, but I come from the poorest part. So there are people maybe you're living in a rich country, like South Africa. Some people the DRC, and then all these resources, but it doesn't mean everyone enjoys all those resources.
The benefits.
You could be like.
You could live next to Senten, but you're in Alex.
Yeah, that's the better way to do. Yeah, okay. You can just obey like in Alex, or you can just take one taxi to
the richest part.
Right? Yeah,
you know
but you living in under impoverished conditions. Right? So I think that's what is actually. I was actually watching this video on YouTube. This pastor on Abuaga. I don't usually listen to pastors, man, unless they talk about money. That sounds so wrong, dog. But no. I'm not saying talking about God is relevant, but I'm against this pastors beloring babuaga. Whenever they actually have babuaga, there's this heaven and whatnot, right? Selling people dreams. I'm into like pastors beloring. There's God, but at the same time we need to know there's money that actually has power in terms of how people make decisions, and some people are like beloring they're in touch with reality.
Sure.
Because most of these pastors, most of the stuff they preach about is this heaven and Peter did this, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Because Peter delivered the people, Moses actually delivered the people to the promised land and whatnot. But what are you doing now? So I get into the Diamond was actually talking about like money, right?
Yeah.
So like concept people taking like staging where I ask like everything, I question everything to say that but what's money? So this pastor I break it down very nicely for me to say that money, it's actually one, it's actually built on two things. One is trust, and then two by faith. Faith in the sense that I'm to offer $20. Ubali that faith and belief to say that this thing in regular some way because I could give you 200 you could be thinking maybe 200 it's no longer relevant. That's all but you have that faith that two clipper will still benefit you in some way. So demand if you take like maybe like a 5 Rand coin, right? Obviously it's from the state. But the same analogy in this panel like
Yeah.
Or if you take a 5 Rand coin, to make a 5 Rand coin is more expensive to even like print like $10 or even 100.
Yeah.
Like how is like like silver. I don't know, like gold and whatnot. It's more
There's
expensive.
an animal on it.
Yeah, so it's more expensive to actually wait it in. But what makes this one more valuable than the other one? Nothing but because just people say, it's the value. But okay, this is $100.
Yeah.
And then the difference between $100 and the $50, kikhala, and also the animal center leader. Right?
Sure.
So I explain our money in that sense to say that money it's spiritual because it can be in more than one place like at the same time kind of thing. Like it moves like that.
Yeah.
So a lot of people when they try to actually attain money, but what attain a physical to say that now work hard and whatnot. And then after that, ways to actually get money. You work for it, you are spanning, you come back tired, you do the same thing. It becomes that repetitive, like it becomes a routine.
Yeah.
And then the other one becomes, okay, unana ufmana salary up kanana. Maybe these are the people below batola. Let's say banana bapil, 10K, 5K nyana retail, and then the banning below bafana about 30K and whatnot. So, and then when I am below ring, buy it actually on communication. On communication and selling.
Wait, Doc, are we still talking about money?
We're still talking about money.
I'm confused now, Doc. Like I'm lost.
Where are you lost?
We said money is a trust and faith.
Yeah.
Then you went all the way. Like, nah, bro.
I get what about the demand, like that trust. Actually, the whole history.
No, I actually do get it.
Yeah.
I do get it. But that money, dog. Yeah. Hey, that money, my friend.
So it's important. I think once you actually understand what this guy, because it's like from even like indoctrination, it's along kabana. Like you look at the kids, like Dimani, like he mentions Spider-Man was an orphan, and then what he does is Obana this villain. Who is a villain? A billionaire or a millionaire. The same with Superman. So, the system you program as a child, as a kid, to say, look, having money or being rich is a bad thing.
Yeah.
Like it's not a coincidence. Either it's like a Spider-Man, either it's like a Superman.
But Batman was like rich.
Who's that?
Batman. Batman was rich.
But Batman didn't have superpowers. That's the thing. Look at Superman. Spider-Man. That's the thing. Like you can't compare. Batman is just so do you want to work at and then someone mentioned but Iron Man but he was a Jake. But one thing again.
But that's the same thing. Iron Man and Batman is literally the same person. Yeah.
Okay, not really.
Like, dude, no, like you're saying Spider-Man and Superman are the same person.
Yeah.
Like, it's the same thing. These people just had money and did these things.
And they don't have superpowers.
They don't have superpowers.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They can't fly. They're not dope like that.
Yeah.
So as a kid, you didn't actually look up to, like Batman, like most of the kids. Not kids can see almost Spider-Man or Superman. So that inculcation is from that angle.
Indoctrination, the childhood thing.
No, man, my English is correct. When you inculcate, that's you repeat something over and over again, you get it into the head.
Doc, just because Ria says are finished, you are reading dictionary. Wow, bro. Wow.
What's that? What's
the indoctrination of education is serious. Even schools are closed.
But I'm inculcating. So on a work at to say that system programming when I work on like programming and it was very, very like fucking interesting. It was fucking interesting.
It's always interesting. Dude, the things you meet with on YouTube sometimes are funny.
Yeah.
This goes back to our first episode that translation is very important.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some of the things are wild, dog.
Yeah.
It's one of those things. I was watching a video of Andrew Tate he's out of jail finally. You know, I was like,
was it the interview between him and the
no,
BBC support?
not that. And he was talking about how being on house arrest is like the most silliest thing ever. You love your house and you love your own space, but once you're told not to leave, it's different. Like it messes with you psychologically in a different way.
It's like having money and choosing to actually stay at home as opposed to, you don't have a choice. Like, okay, I could go out, but I'm choosing to actually. The circumstances are actually forcing them to stay at home there.
Because maybe he doesn't, like.
Yeah.
I feel you, but people with money are doing weird things. They're stuck at the bottom of the oceans and things like that. Dude, wait, did you see Cyril's thingy?
What?
So I think a week back or something, Cyril's aeroplane to go to the BRICS thing.
Yeah. Not the BRICS thing. Was it not his meeting with the president of Russia and the African and other?
That one.
Yeah.
So the Africans were not told to get off the plane. So
the reporters,
the reporters. They were on the plane there for a long time.
Yeah, Poland.
Did you finally see the meeting?
No.
And then your boy's like, Cupcakes is like, oh, dog, this thing of you us treating unfairly, even during COVID, you were giving me the knees. Haven't you seen?
No.
He's talking about how even when he was asking for vaccines, it seemed like he was begging and whatnot. I was like,
yeah.
Cyril, is that you? Is that you?
Like, this was him with the Russian president.
Not the Russian, like in the whole meeting.
Okay.
Like in the whole sitting. He was like, I was like, dude, that's Cyril, bruh. I was like, yo, for once I saw a human being. Because like the things he was saying are very true. And he was like very, like emotional about it.
Yeah.
I don't know if emotional is a better word, but he was very touched. I was
passionate.
I was touched by that. I was like, okay, that's my president.
Fuck Cyril. Fuck Cyril, dog. Fuck this politician.
I don't know what you got against Cupcakes. Besides him hiding money in a couch, but
it's not a good look, dog. I have a problem with all politicians. That's the thing. But another thing is to say that but that try to actually distribute the economy.
Yeah.
That thing is impossible.
It is.
Like I'm calling I like politics entirely. Politics.
But here's my point.
It's a scam.
But here's my point to you. A broken clock is twice.
It's right at least twice a day.
And that moment was one of those.
And it's wrong how many times?
Dude.
And it's wrong. And how many times does a broken clock, makes you miss opportunities because it's fucking wrong.
But that's what I'm saying. That one time he was correct was that.
And you'll find that in the times it's correct, it's even irrelevant because the other time it's like 12 o'clock. I'm sleeping at that time. What the fuck am I? What the fuck? You think I give a fuck if that it's 12 o'clock? I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit about that.
But
right, and then 12 midday, maybe it's time for me to fucking have lunch. I know that my body's tired, so it's time to eat. I don't need a fucking clock to tell me that I'm hungry. So that whole broken clock. Fuck that, man. Fuck Cyril, dog. He's not doing a good job. I don't think he's a good leader, man. I don't think he's a good. But I'm not putting it entirely on him. I think the whole politics, this thing of someone saying that they actually wake up to try and save another person when they can't even save them. It's man. It's poppycock, man. It's utter poppycock.
Wait, wait, I was listening to something, or I was reading something, and I was asking, and they were asking a question. Do you think EFF will be in power in our generation before you and I die?
No fucking way, dog.
Yeah?
No fucking way, dog.
You don't think so?
If that happens, I'm saying this on a fucking public platform. Yeah, man. I'll cut off my dick. And give it to some guy who has a smaller dick. I'm sure a lot of niggas will be fucking blessed if I actually brace them with with my bazooka. Not even a fucking AK-47, dog. I'll fucking do that. If EFF is in dog, I think it's so fucking ambitious to even say that they'll even get like 30%.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't even see that happening.
At all, chief.
No, I don't see that happening. I don't see, because they have this, this romanticized idea
Of politics.
that look, of how they approach.
Yeah.
I think what actually even fucked things up for Malema was one of the videos when he says, after they organized that march.
Oh yeah.
I call it a march. They call it a national shutdown. I don't know.
Yes.
Nothing was actually shut down.
It was a public holiday.
That small. Yeah. After they actually organized that thing, Malema says, look, when people feel that they are not well represented, the result of that becomes they respond with anarchy.
Yeah.
And then he says to this person that was actually interviewing that, I think it was a radio interview, and then he says, if we don't serve these people well, or at least try to actually, I'm not saying like what he said in verbatim, right?
Yeah.
So, but I'll just try to give context to it. So he says, if it happens that we leave things as they are, this means these people who are very poor will start taking from us. They'll start even attacking us.
Yeah.
This is a leader who's supposed to be there for the people, who's saying that he's promising these people a better life.
Yeah.
But he's saying, I'm only representing you because I fear that if I don't actually try to act like I'm on your side, then you'll come after me. Because so that was that. That's when I knew, right? This guy is like, fuck. I always knew that he was a reject. That's what Malema is. He's just a reject from the ANC. He's a better ex-girlfriend. That's it, of the ANC.
Can't you just say a better employee, bruh?
A better ex-girlfriend of the ANC. That's what Malema is. So Malema was in a relationship with the ANC. The ANC screwed him over, left him out to dry. And then what actually happens is that he comes out and... Because everything, even the politics of the ANC, of the EFF, are built on the ANC. Should it happen that the ANC doesn't exist, they're going to look for another party. Maybe they'll take it. So they are like a fucking parasite. Like there's no story that they're actually telling. So that's why I'm saying that they're fucking irrelevant.
So you are saying on a public platform, my friend, that in the next 3 decades, EFF is not gonna.
Yeah, it's not. And if that happens, I'll donate my dick to the African Museum in America.
There's an African museum.
Yeah, African History Museum in America. There is fucking. You can fucking Google it.
I don't care about museums, dog. Like,
but
yeah, dog. I don't care.
You don't give a shit about that.
I don't know. Have I been to a museum in my life?
I've passed a museum in Bloom.
Wait, Bloom, dog.
Next to the library, the library in town.
I don't even know Bloom that well, but anyway, yeah.
Yeah, there's a museum
of what?
I don't know, dog. I passed that place, dog. No, you might have it. Fuck that, I might have it, dog.
Dog, how do you feel about the billionaire stuck under the water? In a geyser, as my mom says. My mom is like, that shit looks like a geyser, bro. It's like, really? They thought it was safe, dog. And
talk about I feel nothing, dog. I'm trying to actually, I feel nothing, dog.
No, what's your concept? Because I remember a friend of mine telling me this about the thing, and he was like, dog, and I was like, how are they he was like, imagine what they were using to control this Logitech, dog, bro.
Yeah.
Remember, dog, the reason people learned how to play games on the keyboard is because you'd buy a Logitech controller on Friday and it'd be broken next week. So just play on your fucking keyboard, bruh. These people risk their lives, dog.
That's the thing. When you have like copious amounts of money, you have done it all. You know that you can buy almost anything you want, right? So the next thing is like, let me just like your mom says, let me just get into a geyser and go underwater. Like they're trying to push the envelope in unnecessary ways.
Unnecessary ways.
Yeah.
You think it's that ambition thing that make them a billionaire that still lives inside them to do stupid things?
Yeah. I think that, I was listening to who is this guy? Stephen Bartlett.
Yeah.
So Stephen Bartlett was saying that thing that he's he's a millionaire now, but he was actually driven by, he wanted to be validated. Like most of them, like it comes from a dark place to say that maybe you want to validate, you feel like you're not good enough. So you feel like the money will get you. So once you have the money, you look for validation in other things. Yeah, that's why you're like, okay, you know, I told them about the time where I was in Dubai and then maybe we fucked up the whole floor in a hotel room. You know, and we had this like you run out of like cool stories. So like what more? We went to Africa, we just killed people and we killed animals there. So there's nothing more to say. So let's go underwater, man. And we're not even gonna hire, you know, a proper submarine. We're just gonna fucking go in a geyser. Yeah, and then and then that shit just happened. Yeah, I think
it's a very as you say, it's a very dark place to come from. Then you think you think that that thing would run out at some point, but it carries you till you die. That you're always trying to do something. Maybe at a younger age, this helped you turn maybe 1,000 rand into like 5K.
Yeah.
But now you're older, you have money.
Yeah.
You have you kind of seeking for validation. But now you end up doing very silly things. You know what I'm saying? Because you hear these weird stories about people doing the most random shit. But they come to Africa, they're killing extinct animals. You understand?
Like, they're shitting on slay queens.
Arab people are buying England football teams for no reason.
That's what happens when people have money, man. They just do.
When does the gene die, dog?
It doesn't for most people. That's why most of them. I feel some of them are actually taking therapy. I think they need therapy. It's because at some point, I mean, I think the importance of therapy is that it introduces you to like your decision-making process, right? Like how do you actually get to, because we don't just make decisions. Any decision you make, any choice you make, it's informed by something. It comes from a certain place. So therapy can actually just take you there to actually understand where does this come from. And because sometimes you might say that, you want to be a millionaire and you feel like you're ambitious and but it comes from somewhere. That's when you're a millionaire.
Yeah.
That's why I feel therapy it's of like paramount importance in that regard.
Does therapy also include unlearning things?
Yeah.
There's a few things I want to unlearn, my friend. Like for real.
Yeah, you need to start meditating, man. Have you meditated?
Like I've been meditating before you thought about that.
Drop that fucking thing of yours.
I've been meditating for years.
Yeah.
But in life, there's a lot of things we are unlearning. Yeah, but, you know.
Why did you start meditating?
Yeah,
like what does meditating like do for you?
It helps me to zone out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just those periods of time where you just need to be by yourself.
Okay.
You know, and understand. Okay, you know what? This is this. Like it's like puzzle. It's like in that moment or in that time of meditation. You're putting a puzzle together. I did this, I did that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just to make sure everything is in the proper
order.
place. I think that is zoning out. It's no longer meditating. It's zoning out.
The thing with meditating, because like I was actually watching this podcast, Jay Chetty and Big Sean. So Big Sean is very like huge on meditating. So Ntobu Ankawana is, understand one thing. I think there's a lady that actually said this. Someone who teaches people how to meditate and all that. So this woman, you close and then Big Sean says the same thing, to say that we don't meditate to get good at meditating. We meditate to get good at life. So as much as you go to the gym every day, you need to meditate in the same manner. Now for me, I think it has made me it has made me like calm in terms of how I look at things. Like I keep in a position whereby I can actually take myself out of the situation and see it clearly. There are instances whereby maybe someone provokes you, we feel like if I was not meditating, but I mean, why do I react like that? That's not like the normal me. That's not how I would normally react based on the conditioning I have, right? Under the circumstances I'm aware of or I've been accustomed to, I would react in a more violent way. But sometimes there's an instance whereby and in that situation, I'm thinking, but is this thing worth it? If how will it help me and whatnot? When did I actually start having a civilized conversation with myself that actually forces me to make the right decisions? Then after that, I was like, this thing of meditating, it's actually working for me in some way. But the thing is, people don't get enough for me. Consistent because there's no like direct result that's actually linked to it. Like going to the toilet, when you go there, you're about to shit. Right? When you eat food, you get full, right? You drink something when you're thirsty, and then you read books, and then after that you can memorize what you actually read. But you sitting down and not doing anything and just concentrating when you're breathing,
it doesn't have like
it sounds stupid, dog. Like it doesn't have that benefit. You karma. Like what's being karma? I mean, it's early mornings. Maybe you meditate at 5 o'clock. You've started your day. I mean, it's not like you were stressed before. But when you close your eyes and you listen to yourself, sometimes where you are in life, it's based on how you think. So your life is where it is. Just monitor what you're thinking about. Just watch what comes to your mind. You fail at this and this and this and this. That's when you know you are not in a mental state.
I thought you were going to go vulgar, dog.
No.
Like somebody. No, dog. Like letting an OG trying to meditate there.
Dog. So that you like actually just going into your brain. We want to how everything is actually created in the mind first. Right? So like all these great people. So I'm thinking, if Steve Jobs, if like your most peaceful person, like your Gandhi, Mahatma Gandhi, used to do such stuff.
Religion.
But Steve Jobs, it was not part of his religion.
That's what I'm saying to you.
Yeah.
But dog, now I'm at a place where
a lot of leaders do that.
I feel like I'm at a place where people need to catch hands. I've been calm for all my life. I'm tired. People need to be clapped, dog. Can't tell it, dog.
You should meditate, man.
There's this other bro I wanna clap so bad, dog. But that's a topic for another day.
Yeah, tell me. You said you meditate. Why do you meditate?
I used to do.
What does it do to it? Do you do it also religiously, or is it? But when you're stressed.
You see, now this is a public platform. People might watch this.
People are gonna watch this.
We used to use that substance that the homie used. When I left it. Because it makes you zone out. I needed a place to zone out at.
Okay. So meditation was that.
Meditation
it was like a substitution for weed.
Guys, we're gonna cut this. My mom. No, dog. I started doing yoga. Like for real, I started doing yoga, and the lady was like, "No, man, you guys should try meditating." And I genuinely started there, as you say, but you say, like, this breathing thing is stupid. I must close my eyes for 5 minutes, breathe in and out. It sounded stupid, but at some point, you do realize that, okay, like, I don't know. There's this thing I do that I did in the past 2 years. I would go to a restaurant, sit down, sit with a notepad.
Okay.
But I call it zoning out. It's not meditating. Just like you sit there with your thoughts and just write whatever you want to write down. You might be thinking about
generalizing.
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 Generalizing. Yeah, just your thoughts and things. And I think it's a very good idea because at the time I was in a very dark place, I was in a very dark place, and sometimes, as much as we want to meditate about things and whatnot, sometimes it's just things that you need to have a conversation with yourself. Be like, you know what, this is what happened. I need to come to terms with it. I need to find a way to deal with 1, 2, 3 that's happening. I need to deal with this and that and that. And I found that actually worked better for me than meditating.
Let me ask you this. Do you, a God, like God as a source of power, do you look for God like outside you? Like how do you actually view God? Like the God that you actually worship, do you feel that God is supreme
Within
power
me?
that exists within you, or
Yeah.
is it something maybe you look for it maybe through some pastor praying for you, or maybe some spirit up there and whatnot? Like what's your definition? I didn't. Yeah.
I'm gonna use the analogy of a computer. A computer is this powerful tool we have in this world that you can do a lot with. But without electricity, you can't do jack.
Yeah.
So that's how I view God. I am God within inside, but also there's a power where my godness comes from.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So that's how I see it. Yeah.
So your definition, Ebonsa, the importance of actually looking for solutions from the inside, because I feel in most cases people look for solutions from outside,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Because that's why some people go to church feeling like a certain pastor is anointed, and then this pastor will actually help them overcome this and this. They'll be blessed. This pastor will say, "Come, let me bless you," kind of thing, right? So now I feel it becomes now for night was that I would like meditate to say that okay, I have all the answers to the problems that I have, and maybe before I feel when I the answers within themselves. If people actually spend enough time with themselves, try to actually understand where they are and then what caused that and all that.
And drinking is not the solution.
It's not. No, it's not.
But also,
it's not.
I think
It's temporary.
It's
Like,
temporary.
yeah.
But also, I think as human beings, dude, it takes a lot. I don't want to lie to you. That journey of journaling, and it takes a lot, because it says to you, you need to be at a point where you can say, I failed myself at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And as human beings, we're not willing to do that.
Yeah.
Which is a very tough thing.
That's why people don't like spending time alone. Yeah.
You
Because
reckon?
it forces you to actually be accountable for all the fuck ups that are caused by you in
That
most
are caused
cases.
by you,
right? Yeah. So people's definition of boredom, it's actually them avoiding, time alone to actually spend with their thoughts.
With their thoughts.
And now I've always had this in mind, Doreen. If when now you are bored, like being alone, like with yourself, right?
Yeah.
How we bored now?
How do
Dog.
other people feel?
How do other
You know
people
what I'm
feel,
saying?
dog?
Yeah.
Well, if you can enjoy your own company,
Yeah.
why are you surprised when you come through and then people like, I'm to a bore, and you see people, and then and people like, why are people acting up on me? It's because Luena, you are a bore to yourself. Why about it? So I think it starts there, like being self-aware and whatnot. I think it was so for Wena in terms of meditation. How long did it actually take you? Like we said, it's not something the result is not like directly linked to the process, right?
Yeah.
So how long did it actually take you or it working for you? In what way? Did it make you calmer? Did it make you more happier? Did it help with the situation? Was it something that's permanent, couple for
No, for the beginning phase, dude, I think it's more important. I would say this.
the first time you did was stupid, ne? Like just sitting there.
Yeah, it was stupid. Dude, I stopped doing it for a long time. But
That was on and off.
as I'm saying to you, when I was at that point in my life, meditating helped because it helped me sleep. Because
So you meditated like at night?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because this thing was in my head. You know what I'm saying? It was in my fucking
So you
head.
just wanted to calm your mind before.
Yeah, so I can sleep.
Yeah.
Otherwise, dog, I'm there chilling on the bed. People sometimes don't have sleep apnea. They have this thing they're thinking about. They just need to like meditate and it will go away for like a certain period of time.
Yeah.
But in the long run, I think meditating on that situation alone has made me think way less about that thing. It becomes a distant memory.
Okay.
But obviously, you know how the mind works.
Yeah.
It's a stupid ball game. But then at a certain point, I felt like, then you gotta deal with this thing emotionally. Then you deal with it through journaling. Because now I can see, hey man, okay, now this thing is no longer in your head. You're like, hey man, 1, 2, 3, I fucked up.
You can like conceptualize it.
Conceptualize it, you know, and say, okay, shame, dog. And the other thing is, as human beings, I feel like we hold things over our heads. I feel like once you say, this is that, I was wrong here, I was wrong there, you need to forgive yourself.
Yeah.
Which is very important. Otherwise, you're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So, which, all of this is a process, dog. Like, forgiving yourself is such a stupid concept.
Yeah.
It's like breathing, closing your eyes for the first time. It's a stupid concept. Like, it's me, dog. I did this thing against me. Why am I apologizing to myself? You know what I'm saying?
Like, you put so much pressure on yourself. I should have done better.
Yeah.
You know, I know better, therefore I should have done better and whatnot.
Not realizing that if you do that in your mind, you are belittling yourself, which is not good for your mental health in the long run.
Not even good for your progress.
For your progress in life,
you expect the same mindset that you're actually giving it garbage and negative talk.
To think of greatness.
To be productive and all that. So I mean, it's important, man. I feel we should have like more of this, like mental health kind of stuff.
That was June for men, bruh. Guys, don't kill yourself.
Yeah, man.
There's always a better way. It's not easy, but there's a better solution.
Yeah, man. That's why it's important to actually Rebecca that cult, because it has been like in most cases we find it done by monks and whatnot. Like I'm grateful for the internet, right? Because at first this stuff were helping a lot of people, but it was hidden from us. But now you can just go on YouTube. There are apps that will actually help you meditate. It doesn't make sense the first time, like you say, the first time just sitting there doesn't make sense. It's like going to the gym for the first time you actually pick up weights. It doesn't make sense. Like someone is saying you're training your biceps, but the first muscle that's activated even before your bicep is your forearm, right? The muscles. I don't know, like I don't know, like human anatomy like that. But your forearm is the first muscle, right? And your hands are that actually grabs it. So all this movement has to actually bring pressure here, right? So it's that thing to say that you don't have to. In you solving something, you don't have to directly go to that thing. There's links. This thing will actually take you there, and this will take you there.
Besides, everything is connected.
When you train legs, the best exercise is doing squats. But you have to put like the weight on your back, not on your shoulders. But not on your legs. So I think people should have like the same mentality when it comes to meditating, and just be kinder, man. Like, just be kinder to yourself, man.
Like attacking your problems in life, dog. Like we face a lot of things every day.
Stop fucking running away from them.
Yeah, dog. But sometimes. But anyway,
be responsible, dog.
Yeah, we are responsible adults.
Yeah. That's why you feel okay. Even as a guy, when you actually go out there and you cheat, right? As a man, come back home and say, fuck, I cheated. That's being an adult, because you're taking accountability for your actions. But being a kid, what's the difference between a grown-ass man who goes out, he cheats, and then he's asked by the partner, where do you actually come from and what actually happened? No, I was just the guy, he's lying through his teeth, right? What's the difference between this grown-ass man and a kid who steals sugar, who has sugar, you can see all over the face they have sugar, but they're saying, look, I didn't eat that sugar, I didn't consume it. What's the difference between that? The difference is this one has bigger balls than the kid. Probably the dick size is because most of these fuckers that are not responsible have small dicks and all this shit.
What's your new obsession with dick size, dog? You sound like Timon and Pumbaa right now.
Akuna Matata. I think that's the answer. No worries, man. Because when it comes to no, man. I think I'm not obsessed with.
Do you know which Timon and Pumbaa I'm talking about?
Which one? The only Timon and Pumbaa I know, it's no worries, man. For the rest of your life, for the rest of your days, man. It's a problem-free philosophy.
The short guy. Remember the short guy? Don't say me. Don't say me.
No, man. I feel like today I just want to be, grateful. I'm just grateful that I'm blessed, man. When you have it, just own it, dog.
Have a dick that works.
That works and that has like proper size. Yeah.
Sharp thinking. Let's call it a day.
Let's call it a day, man. No, thanks for watching the Growth Code podcast. Please like, subscribe. We'd love to read those comments. Comment. And yeah.
Figure is trying to buy a car, guys. Like,
no, the podcast. The podcast is trying to buy a car.
Don't hide behind.
The podcast is trying to buy a car.
Fine with public transport, dog.
Yeah.
So, dog.
And guys, please subscribe. I'm getting married next year. So please, like a lot of shit has changed. So yeah, man,
Homies are trying to get married.
Yeah, man.
Am I the best man?
We used to say homies over hoes. Now we saying proper women over niggas, man.
Over brews.
Fuck all the brews. I'm joking. I love you, my niggas. One time. Yeah, man. What else do you want to say? Good.
Nah, nothing much, dude.
Yeah.
Mental health, Majita, no one cares.
It's of paramount importance,
Yeah.
man. Go easy on yourself.
Do what you need to do.
Yeah, man.
Don't break people's windows, though. Like,
but rather break virginities
no,
and not windows.
Alright.